Beats Planet.
Wait a daggum minute. Hold up, bro. Yo, it's Vach Lombardi. Whew, I anticipate this being one of them ones, man. I was going to drop this live stream later. I was going to mind my damn business. I was just going to let this fly. Not going to be able to do it. Let me look to my right to get a swig of Happy Juice before I do this. That's H2O, by the way. And let me explain to y'all why y'all should follow me on Twitter. But before that, make sure my level's good. Let me reach over here. Make sure my level's good. Those are good. Those are good. And let me minimize. We got a phone call already. That's dope, man. That's fire, man. That's what we need. That's what I need out of y'all. So let me scroll to the top. Odeezy Beck Hummermis Hanoir. That's a hell of a name, but I don't know if you care about being first. But famo, you're first. Steven Benzik, what's happening? Josh Holt, what's good? Moro the Wizard. That's some wordplay right there. Moro the Wizard. Mikhail, Steve Gunplay, Ronnie Simmons, what up? Shane Donovan, Jalen Lewis, D350 Highlights, what's happening? Jaquez. Okay. Jaquez, Jock Pryor, what's happening? Cullen Klein's in the building, not being blocked on Snapchat. Matt DeVita. Logan Pendleton, Attack Dog 0500, what's happening, Blake? Mr. Spoon. Jack Bershi. Is that Polish? Jack Bershi? I think that's Polish. What's happening, man? Kobe Francisco. All right, what's up, y'all? That's it. No more. Road the Baller. Dill Gilbrin. Juice the Fruits up in here, man. What's happening, Juice? I don't know if I said what's up to Ronnie Simmons. What's happening, Ronnie Simmons? Nico Rian. What's happening? Hey, man, listen, y'all. Y'all need to follow me on Twitter, because sometimes I just get in the shouting matches. Sometimes I just come up with random ideas while I'm doing things, and they translate. They end up turning into shouting matches, you know? Matt S. Festerson, Michael Battle, what's happening? Sam, Ethan, Anthony, Blake, Rockin' Cowboy, what's up? Shadri Barnes, okay, cool. Wiggle Bell, what's happening? And what's up, Sam? And these Matthew Braz from Brazil, what's happening, man? I wish I knew how to speak Portuguese. So these Twitter conversations, they start off harmless, but man, they transition into so much more. And I've already made my mind up that I was going to stir the pot today on Twitter. And when I stir the pot, it's not in a very peanut gallery way. I stir the pot to provoke people's thinking. I want y'all to push your imagination a little bit to get away from the mock drafts that we see from the peanut gallery. Mind you, we're going to do a mock draft today. A post-combine type of mock draft. We got our new combine numbers, so we're gonna use those, and we're gonna see where we're at with our new way of thinking now that we have combine numbers. So that's something I want to get off my chest for today. Vash, let's host a draft party in Houston. I'm gonna be in Dallas, fam, so my bad on that. Arash Akbar, what's happening? Also, something else I want to get into. Just takeaways from the combine. I put draft. Let me see. NFL draft combine takeaways. Okay, cool. I want to talk about the combine today. The past couple days of the combine, because I was watching those live. You know, I was even putting some things on Twitter, and we'll cross that road when we get there. I don't even know where to start, bro. let's start with this Twitter beef, this Twitter kerfuffle, right? So I pushed the envelope today. I wanted to stir the pot up a little bit. The first thing I did was I was talking to Browns fans when I said this. I say, man, what who's a better right tackle, Quentin Nelson or Sean Coleman? I was just trying to push the thought of, hey, man, what if you just want to get the 5 best linemen you can get and just find a way to mix and match them to get them on the field, right? Sean Coleman is, I would guess, air quote, the weak link of that offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I was like, man, what if Quentin Nelson ended up going to Cleveland or something like that, playing a different position, and then when one of those guard spots open up, he'll just go be Pro Bowl at guard. I thought about that, right? That ain't really get a lot of backfire, pub, and attention. This is what got me. This is what kind of got me into go mode. I was like, yo, Bears fans. And this was technically me pulling the card of Bears fans because Bears fans like to say things like Jordan Howard is better than Ezekiel Elliott. So for some reason, I would assume Bears fans think that Jordan Howard is elite or top tier. Now, damn it, Vach Lombardi doesn't agree. So with me not agreeing with that statement, I was like, man, look, if you the Bears and you had a chance to get Saquon Barkley, would you take him? And I feel like, I know there are men and women that watch my show, but can we play hypothetical without people getting all, well, what if? Can we do that? Well, Saquon's not going to drop that far. I mean, if we have some trade-up scenarios, we got to run on quarterbacks. Somebody think Chubb is more valuable than Saquon. Somebody may think Nelson is more valuable than Saquon. You may be in a situation where Saquon is on the board at 8. So just in my mind, just to push the thought process, right? To push the thought process. If you're the Chicago Bears at number 8, do you take Saquon Barkley? And in my mind, hell yeah, you run to the podium to take Saquon Barkley. And you say, why? So you might say, Vach, why is that? What's so wrong with Jordan Howard? What's so wrong with Tariq Cohen? Damn it, I'll tell you after I sit in his inbox real quick. First of all, I don't have a problem with Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard is a good running back. He's not elite, though. He's not elite. If you give Kenyon Drake enough carries, he'll be a good running back. You give Alex Collins enough carries, he'll be a good running back. They're not elite. They're not good enough to change the game on their own. Jordan Howard doesn't get you wins by himself. Zeke does. Fournette does. Gurley, Le'Veon, guys like that, they get you wins by themselves. Jordan Howard really doesn't. And then someone would call Jordan Howard elite. I mean, I like his vision. I like how he navigates traffic. But when he gets in the open field and he gets caught from behind, come on, Jordan Howard. He's in the end zone for the game-winning play, and he gets the football. He just drops it in the end zone, claps his hands, go, God damn. I think Saquon Barkley, and look, Attack Dog 0500 and other Bears fans, this ain't me attacking Jordan Howard. I'm not disrespecting. I'm not hating Jordan Howard. I'm presenting to you facts. If you're a Bears fan, you've seen Jordan Howard drop pivotal catches. If you're a Bears fan, you've seen Jordan Howard get caught from behind. If you're a Bears fan, you've seen Tariq Cohen get taken out of a game for Benny Cunningham. You don't do none of those things for Saquon Barkley. I mean, yeah, he got good vision, but plus, look at Saquon's vision. I mean, there's some quickness there, but did you see Saquon run? Saquon don't get caught from behind. Jordan Howard is a complimentary player. Saquon put the nipple on the titty. Damn it, I'll say it again. Jordan Howard, I'll even say this, Jordan Howard is a productive complimentary player. But Saquon Barkley put the nipple on the titty. And how much better will Money Mitch be with Saquon next to him opposed to Jordan Howard next to him? And this ain't me saying fire Jordan Howard, because as of now, I like Jordan Howard. Salute to Jordan Howard. My only thing is when Bears fans come up in here with that he's elite type stuff, that's when my nose start to itch. Rex Smith say he's the fifth best running back in the league. So I got Zeke. He got Zeke, Le'Veon. He say maybe Gurley. Maybe Gurley? Are you serious? Listen, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Rex Smith said he's the fifth best running back in the league after the guys you named. I take him over anyone other than Zeke, Le'Veon, maybe Gurley, and he's healthier than David Johnson. What are you doing? David Johnson ain't injury prone. He got hurt. He broke his wrist. Zeke has availability issues. We are 100% missing the point. I say Saquon Barkley is better than Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen as a unit. And y'all up here talking about Zeke got suspended. Fam, what? Jordan Howard broke his, David Johnson broke his wrist. What are you saying? Huh? What are we doing here? Are we watching a film on Saquon Barkley here? Because people decide this, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm comfortable with not taking Saquon Barkley. Rams. I ain't gonna say Steelers because they not trying to pay Le'Veon, but those teams they're set at running back. I can't look at Jordan Howard with a straight face and say, you gonna be the one that's gonna take the Bears to the promised land. For real, dog. I remember, and you know what? People, this is my thing too. People get so safe in the. They get so comfortable with the, you need to watch the film. You don't know what you're talking about. Vach Lombardi don't make bold proclamations unless I watch film. I hate being wrong. Y'all remember Tariq Cohen being taken out of the game for damn Benny Cunningham, and y'all going, what the hell they doing? Y'all forgot that? Y'all acting like Jordan Howard not out here getting caught from behind, bro. If you draft Saquon Barkley, you change that Bears offense off the rip. You want to talk about how good the Bears offensive line is? The Bears offensive line is damn good. It's making Jordan Howard look good. Imagine how it'll make Saquon Barkley look. I had somebody on the damn Twitter machine today. They say Jordan Howard was top 5. Top 5 where? Excuse me? I beg your pardon? I was like Zeke, Le'Veon, Gurley, David Johnson, Shady McCoy. Shady McCoy got injury issues. Shady played 17 games last year. What are we doing? What are we doing? Look at this. He's better than Zeke. Zeke don't get caught from behind, man. Alvin Kamara. I can make an argument that Alvin Kamara is better than Jordan Howard. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Zeke missed 6 games. He was still ranked, what, 9th or something? Top 10 or something? Huh? And I don't want y'all to say Vach Lombardi's hating. I don't think Zeke is bringing Cowboys Super Bowl neither. Hey, Cowboys went from, what they went from? They went from 4-12 to 13-3 with Zeke. If you say so. if you say, look, how about this? If y'all so gangster, when the damn fantasy football season come around, I want you to draft Jordan Howard before you draft Zeke. That's what I want you to do. If you so gangster. If you so gangster, I want you to draft Jordan Howard before you draft Zeke in your next fantasy football league. And watch them people take your money. Look at this. Look at this. You build the defense, not the offense. Roquan is going to have 5+ Pro Bowls. We ain't talking about Roquan. We ain't talking about defense. You know how hard it is to find a Saquon Barkley? Huh? You know how easily you can replace Jordan Howard? If you get rid of Jordan Howard and sign like Kenneth Dixon, you'll be fine. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You know? If you... Come on, man. Look, I disagree. Look, Rex. Okay, I'm assuming you're a Bears fan, Rex Smith. Don't you get a bad feeling in your side when Jordan Howard get caught from behind? Don't you hate that? Look at this. Look at Wavy. Saquon is a better prospect than Zeke. Who talking about that? Who talking about that? Huh? Look at this. Oh, I love this. Watch this. By Howard's tape, I totally agree with you. He's a complimentary player, but if you look at the Steelers game he won, he means so much to that locker room. Really? We talk about Jordan Howard in the locker room? For real? Saquon Barkley showed up to the damn combine and ripped that thing to shreds. They said, Saquon, how you think you did? He said, well, I could probably bench about 5 more reps. I probably could have got 4.37 if I'd have had a better start. I'm gonna go work on it and try to run better my pro day. What? Are we serious here? Attack Dog 0500. Oh, okay, Canada. I ain't know Attack Dog 0500 was Canada. Okay, look, let me say this. Kenneth Dixon is honestly disrespect. Okay. Y'all see what the hell I'm saying, though. You can replace Jordan Howard easier than you can replace an elite running back. The damn Pittsburgh Steelers got James Conner. You think James Conner gonna fill up that void that what's the name left off? Shit. Let me ask y'all a question. Moving forward into next season, I bring this back to fantasy football because that's the only reason we can relate to this. Y'all gonna draft in the comment section. I'm reading the chat box right now. I'm focused and I'm reading. Who y'all gonna draft first? Dalvin Cook or you gonna draft Jordan Howard? Let me know. If you in a PPR league, you gonna draft Alvin Kamara first or you gonna draft Jordan Howard? I'm not being a hater here. I just feel like I'm being critical. I'm being real to the thought process, man. Talking about some that's tough. No, it's not. Steven Benzik said he drafted Jordan Howard. See what I'm saying? Are we being serious here? I'm not hating on Jordan Howard. I'm being constructive. Juice said he drafted Howard because Cook is too frail. Get out of here. Get out of here. Canada, let me patch your Snapchat through, brother. If y'all want to get in touch with the show, the phone lines are on the screen, 515-739-1285, access code 309104. Or if you have talked up your anytime minutes anytime, Cook coming off a knee injury. Cool. I'll draft Dalvin Cook and take y'all money. I'll come back and take y'all money. Look at this. Name an elite running back that has won the Super Bowl in the past 15 years. Are we talking about that? We're not talking about that. Marshawn Lynch, nah. Fuck what you talking about. Tom Brady win championships. That's why elite running backs don't win them. Shit, man. Cause Super Bowl giant teams, those damn defenses win championships. That's why. That ain't got nothing to do with running back versus running back. Shh, get out of here, man. I keep trying to get to Canada Snapchat, then we're gonna get to the phones. But dog, like, we're not gonna sit up here and act like Jordan Howard top tier like that. He's not. But that's okay. You can be great without being top tier. Hold on, let me plug this shit in. Plug this in. Come on, man. Here's Canada. I'm putting my phone up to the microphone. What you got to say, Canada?
But I think you're being too harsh on Howard. He's a top 10 running back.
Sure.
And Chicago has too many needs to go Saquon here.
Canada, I totally agree.
But I think you're
Let me get you. Canada, I agree. The Bears do have more needs than running back. But I'm asking you a question. Is Jordan Howard so good that it's stopping you from drafting Saquon? Like, is Jordan Howard the reason you not drafting Saquon? That's my question. Jordan Howard might be top 10. If I sit back and think about it, Jordan Howard might be top 10. But is he stopping you from getting somebody top tier like Saquon Barkley? Let me look at my Twitter because somebody hit me on the Twitter machine. I'm about to get into these phones, fam. I just want to hear what y'all got to say. I just want to hear what y'all got to say. Okay, we good on that. Cool. Let me click that button. All right, y'all, we straight. So let's jump into these phones. Let me turn my volume up. Let me hit my theme music. Uh-oh. Adam Hall in the chat box. I mean, Adam Hall on the phone. He got some numbers for y'all, but let me do 651 first because he was here first. 651. God damn. Hold on. Let me cut this down. 651. Who this?
This is Morrow here.
What's happening, man? What you got for the show?
Well, I was thinking the Browns should, if they could, get Saquon and Quentin Nelson because they don't have a lot of things yet for any of these quarterbacks if they draft them.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be plenty of quarterbacks down the road, so I think build the rest of your team. Then if you want to insert a young quarterback, if you still don't have a solidified quarterback at that time, then do that. Doing it right now will do them no favors.
I feel you on that, and I'm partially on your team with that because if you've been keeping up with my live streams and just my draft chatter, I'm pro build the house first. You know what I mean? Like Cleveland ain't gonna win Super Bowls no time soon, so you might as well build that team, get them as good as you can get them, and then bring your quarterback into a good situation. So I feel you on that though. What else you got?
I think Allen did well in shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch his film over and over again, and I can't understand why he misses passes and then makes them throwing the exact same way.
Yeah. I mean, Allen looked cool at the. I ain't gonna say he looked good. He looked late. He looked late. He looked accurate, but he did put some fire on the football though. So I'll give him that much credit. But yeah, sure, he had a good combine. Sure, he didn't miss as many passes as I thought he was gonna miss.
Right. What do you think about Griffin though? I think he's the linebacker from UCF.
Let me tell you something about Shaquem Griffin, and I'm going to get you off the line. Thanks for calling, bro. Let me tell you something.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let me tell y'all something about damn Shaquem Griffin. My man showed up to the combine. He was like, oh, y'all ain't invite me? This the house? Okay. I'm humble. Da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. Whatever. Y'all ain't got to have no faith in me. Run the fastest 40 a linebackers ever run in combine history. Damn. damn, Shaquem, how you gonna bench press with one arm? Well, I kind of got this prosthetic limb. It's gonna be like just something to prop my little nub on, and it ain't really like I can get a good grip on the bar, but I'm gonna bench press with it anyway. It's just gonna be for the leverage. The boy hit 20 of them. Bench press more than Orlando Brown. Crazy. This is what I like the most about Shaquem Griffin. They did the damn read and react drill. The coach go left, go right, flip your hips, back up, come to me, catch the ball. And they looked at Shaquem and they say, now Shaquem, you want us to throw you the football? Shaquem say, throw the football. You sure? Throw the football. And Shaquem started catching the damn football with one arm and the nub. Love me some Shaquem Griffin. And this is how you know this is about to be a thing. Because after he did that, everybody started changing their feel on Shaquem Griffin. Because this was going to happen. When you look at the Twitter machine and all that, and just people's reaction, people are saying, oh, I want to draft Shaquem in the 3rd round. If everybody want to draft Shaquem in the 3rd round, you got to draft his ass in the 2nd. That's just how that go. Everybody can't draft Shaquem in the 3rd round. I was so impressed how Shaquem showed up and competed. Put it on the line. And you can't really call him a workout warrior because if you look at the film, Shaquem nasty on film too. Super athletic, energy guy, sideline to sideline. Not the greatest back end tackler, but he's a great open field in an alleyway form tackler. Go watch the Auburn game. How he just flowed like a linebacker, tackle people all day. When they asked him to cover the tight end, he showed up and he covered the tight end. Oh, but this is the best part about Shaquem Griffin. When it's the 4th quarter and Auburn are they're in clear passing downs, Shaquille lined up against the right tackle and he terrorized them. That's what I like about Shaquem Griffin. Everybody talking about where you gonna play him at? Somewhere. On the field. I got call ID. Who that? Mellow Stackhouse. Who this? Hello? Mellow. Okay, let's do this. 201. Who this? All right, 201. We're gonna get you out of there, brother. You was a little nervous. That's okay. Jalen on the phone. We're going to get to him in a little bit because he long-winded just like Adam. 207, who it is?
Hey, this is Kurt.
What up, Kurt? What you got for the show?
Voch, I want to talk some sense into you.
Try.
All right. You're talking about Saquon Barkley going, where would you pick him? 1?
I pick Saquon Barkley. It depends, man. That's a very April question. I'm not really ready to say why I draft Saquon at. But go ahead.
So here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've always been against, going running backs early, all that stuff. Found an interesting stat. It was since 2004, 17 running backs have been drafted in the top 20. Okay? Mm-hmm. Their career yards per carry was 4.2. Mm-hmm. Within that same time period, the average yards per carry for every single NFL team was the exact same 4.2 yards per carry. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. Looking back at all the Super Bowl winners of the last, 5, 8, 10 years, I would say.
Let me help you. Let me help you. They have an elite quarterback or they have an elite defense, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
That's the argument that we're making here is that if we go, I mean, you're a Dallas fan, right? So would you prefer, hypothetically speaking, Ezekiel Elliott, or would you have rather have gone Jalen Ramsey and another guy?
Ezekiel Elliott.
You'd rather Ezekiel Elliott over Jalen Ramsey?
Yes, sir.
I would say my personal opinion is that I assume that, you know, I see running backs. I think outside of kicker and punter, they're the most easily replaceable guy.
I dig that. And I know people make the argument that you can find somebody in the late rounds, but I think for every David Johnson, there's like 3 Tyler Irvins. You know what I mean?
I got you.
We can easily point out the guys who made it shake in the late rounds, but you can do that with anybody at any position. Oh, you can just get a Russell Wilson type guy in the second or the third round. You ain't got to draft top 5. You know, you can do that with any position. You know, Julio Jones ain't got a Super Bowl. You know, go ahead.
I agree to you with like to an extent, but I think overall, I feel like running back. I don't know. You've seen running backs do that year in and year out. It's not like Kamara. It's not like Hunt. It's not like Dalvin Cook is, you know, it's a 1-year thing. You know, you can go back and think, you know, Jordan Howard. You can go back and this year if you're the Cleveland Browns, you got a high second-round pick. I mean, there's assuming more than likely there's probably going to be every other running back outside of Barkley available in the second round, right? You would assume. Okay. Maybe Geis goes late first, something like that. I feel like if you're there, you want to get a guy that's going to be a starter long term for 10, 15 years that you can count on, and that's definitely not a running back. That's a position that's so volatile. Factor in the guys like, I mean, even guys like C.J. Anderson, whether you're, you know, depending on your opinion of him, dude's got a 4.4 yards per carry. But he's probably going to be available.
But fam, why would you draft Jalen Ramsey 4th overall when you can get Richard Sherman in the 5th though? Or you can get Calvin Harris undrafted though. You see what I'm saying?
You can say that about every position.
Every position, fam. Absolutely.
Why go Josh Rosen when you can get Tom Brady in the 6th? I get that, but running back is like the easiest. Running back, you know, there's a long history of guys that for every single, you know, Saquon Barkley, for every single big time stud running back, you know, there's equal amount of mid round, later round guys. You can't say the same thing about quarterback. You can't say the same thing about pretty much any other position. Whereas, you know, I don't know. I think the idea that Saquon, he's great. He's great. He's a monster.
So by that logic, you don't draft Saquon until 33, right?
I feel like if you're a team that's good, I mean the Jaguars, I forgave it. You know, you got a hell of a defense. You got a pretty solid offense outside of quarterback. You're not sold on Mahomes. You're not sold on Watson. Like, go get that guy. But if you're the Browns, you got so many holes. Why are you going for a running back that, you know, easily the most volatile position in terms of injury, in terms of performance? Like, there's so many different things that are predicated on running back performance. I mean, hell, Gurley's a stud, and he played like shit last year when not last year, 2 years ago, when the Rams had no O-line, their quarterback play was bad. They were struggling with, you know, Fisher, like things like that. I think they're just so many different things. I mean, I take a safe guy that will be a 10-year starter easy.
So, Kirk, let me ask you a question. How often does a non-elite running back win Super Bowls without an elite quarterback next to him? I just thought about that.
I'm assuming outside of the Eagles?
Fair enough. Outside, you know, they're more of a heavy defense team to me. In my personal opinion, they're a heavy defense team. But like, we're not arguing right now, right? I'm just trying to find placement, right? Because Tom Brady doesn't need elite running backs next to him because he's him. Breeze, I can make the same argument for him. But if you look at a guy like Jordan Howard, who in my opinion, he's not elite, right? Like, he doesn't have an elite quarterback next to him, and that doesn't result in wins. You see what I mean?
No, I hear you, but I mean, if you got a young quarterback, I feel like Quentin Nelson, hell of a lot better option.
Oh man, but let me say this though: Leonard Fournette made Blake Bortles look good. Oh my god, goddamn! Zeke made Dak look good. Damn, who else? Give me Todd Gurley. People want to say what they want to say about Jared Goff. However you feel about him, Todd Gurley made Jared Goff look good. You know what I mean?
Not his rookie year, though, right?
Oh, no, not as well, because that offensive line was shit. But I feel what you're saying, though. We both are kind of in the same discussion. Eddie Mack just said Jordan Howard is elite. No, he's not. We're kind of in the same discussion. But man, I'm taking Saquon, man. Now I don't know if I'm taking him number one overall. I don't know. I just think the quarterback position is very valuable. And a great quarterback is, man, it's hard to say, dog. And if you're Cleveland and you passed on Deshaun Watson, you passed on Carson Wentz, you passed on all these guys, and you having problems at quarterback, at some point you got to take quarterback. But man, Saquon Barkley sitting right up there, bro.
I got you. You're the man. I appreciate you answering my call. I'm a big fan.
Appreciate it. I'm about to go ahead.
Last question, real quick. Would you kill the Browns? Would you kill the Browns if they just went no quarterback, 1-4? I
would not, because if I was running the team, like I'm pro build your house first. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't bring a quarterback into a bad team. I would try to build pieces around it first. Then I would bring a young quarterback into a better team, opposed to a Brown type team. So, opposed to having Corey Coleman and Isaiah Crowell, I mean, you just leave Josh Gordon out there. Maybe you get him another guy that's reliable. Get him a nice tight end. The Browns did good with putting money into the offensive line, and hey, man, Saquon Barkley could possibly make quarterback feel a little better.
I got you. Sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your intel.
Appreciate it, Kurt. I just plugged Kurt in as a platinum caller. Let me open my Rice Krispie. Man, I know Jalen gonna fuss. I ain't really trying to hear Jalen fuss. Jalen, you next, man. Hold up. Let me get Dan up here because I know Dan ain't gonna be long. What's up, Dan? What you got for the show, man?
What's going on, man?
Dosky Walker, Prisky Whiskey. Oh shit. Hold up, Dan. I muted you, Dan. Okay, my bad. Okay, go ahead. Now we can hear you, Dan. Go ahead.
To some degree, that you guys were talking about, you talked some sense into you and saying, hey, take as many guys to kind of fill the team as possible, to kind of say the argument for and against Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Browns coaching staff, I don't see a lot of players that you've developed. So unless you're grabbing studs every time you're drafting, you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you do draft Saquon, which I'm saying, hey, look, grab Saquon, number one, because that's the only surefire thing right now that we know. Saquon Barkley's a stud. The film shows it, and his combine showed it.
Mm-hmm.
Grab him. That's fine. But if you can't develop him, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
None of it matters at all. That's why the Browns constantly picking in the top 5 picks every year, is because they can't develop the talent, so it doesn't matter who they grab. They could grab Chubb, Saquon, Rosen, every stud up and down in the draft, and they ain't getting anywhere.
Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman is better than Jordan Howard. Okay, go ahead, Dan.
No, but seriously, both sides of the conversation are correct. You can find the studs later in the draft, but it comes down to development. It really comes down to what kind of team that you're trying to build. Are you trying to build a power run team? Well, your coaching staff better be able to grow that and mature and grow the talent that you have. If you're not doing that, then you're going to constantly have holes, which is exactly what the Browns have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but holes everywhere. I mean, take, for instance, they can't train a quarterback worth anything. They passed on all these major quarterbacks last year and the year before that and the year before that because they know in their deep heart of hearts that they can't train these guys. They can't do it. They'd have to grab somebody that was already a complete stud. They would have had to have grabbed Andrew Luck when Andrew Luck came out. That's how that would have had to work.
True.
But that's here we are. So number one, go take Saquon. Just go take Saquon. That's the most surefire thing. Everything else, if you're not building the trenches on both sides of the ball, You idiots.
Complete
idiots.
Somebody say Devontae Freeman not better than Jordan Howard. Y'all get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
No. Here. Let me drop this.
Go ahead.
Kevin Coleman's better than Jordan Howard.
You wait a daggone minute, Dan. My chat box people ain't gonna like that now, Dan. Don't you say that.
Where? Oh no, my feelings are so hurt. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Go compare what Tevin Coleman can bring to the Atlanta Falcons versus what Tariq Cohen, whatever his name is, the second guy for Chicago. Those two backs in Chicago plus the two backs in Atlanta do the exact same thing.
And look,
they complement each other.
And look, watch this. Why MSA? He says Jordan Howard is a beast. What y'all talking about? I agree. I like Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
But his levels. his levels to this, man.
There's coaching levels to it. There's system and scheme levels to it. There's play calling and coaching to it. There's player to player analysis that goes into this that we have to kind of take into fact. Who they're playing and how they're going to play against Jordan Howard. That all comes into factor, man. It just all comes into factor.
Jay
how the
Ajayi,
offensive line in front of him is doing. So,
Jay Ajayi is not better than Jordan Howard. Y'all cut it out. You want to hang around or what you want to do, Dan?
I'm free. Whatever you want, man.
Okay. Hang around then. Let me get Jalen in here because I know he want to fuss about something because that's all he do. We don't have a show without Jalen coming in here and fussing. What up, Jalen?
Hey man, I wanna kill this stupid I can't value a running back debate. It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. For everybody who says you can draft a running back who can do this and that or whatever, no, you cannot. You cannot draft a 3-down stud who can run routes and do everything in pass block like that without getting him out of the first round. It doesn't happen.
Damn.
Now, what they are right about, you can find a guy who can power up the middle. There's a dime a dozen of those. You can find a scat back, a dime a dozen. But you cannot find the guys like Barkley, Zeke, Todd Gurley. These guys are rare.
Let me say this. Jalen, stop. Jalen, stop. This is what, look, because when I was on Twitter, air quote, hating on Josie Jewell, people was like, well, how many people in the league are like Saquon Barkley? There are a lot of quick pass catching running backs in the league. It's about 30 of them. But what it is they not all 220. Saquon Barkley is 220, and he's quick and fast and catch the ball and route run. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jay.
Exactly. And then everybody talks about this running backs don't win the Super Bowl. That's bullshit. That's like saying, remember back in the NBA where we just discounted all the 90s stats because, like, damn it, that's the Jordan era. Like, this is the Brady era. All stats are destroyed. You can't really be fair with that because it's like Tom Brady just goes there every year anyway. So the elite running backs might not be getting a chance, really. And then there's also this I want to take the running backs because
they're not getting a chance. That's real talk. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, go ask Minnesota how AP has done what they've done. Have they got a Super Bowl yet?
And
no?
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Let me say this, though. Right. And let me say this. And I could be explaining this wrong, but y'all help me through this because I'm not smart as y'all or whatever. But great teams don't really draft in the top 5 in order to take elite running backs. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That teams with quarterbacks this good.
So Tom Brady will never have the chance to draft Saquon Barkley because he always picking in the 30s. You see what I mean? Does that make sense?
Unless Barkley smokes some dope on camera.
I need more players to smoke dope on camera. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then my other thing is people who keep saying I can't take a running back because they don't last long. That's dumb as hell. It's the NFL. It's the not for long league. Like Bradley Chubb could go and get some water in training camp and ruin his knee, and now he doesn't play another down. Now what you gonna say? That's a freak accident. Well, that's the damn NFL. It happens. Like, come on. And these people who are quote unquote the smart people who push the narrative, you can't take a running back that high. It's a dumb thing. That isn't true. And we also need to. I think for certain players, we need to change this name. They're not running backs. Some of these guys are just flat-out weapons. They're offensive weapons.
Okay.
It's like,
okay.
It's like let me think of an argument here. Because it's Barkley versus like a Howard or those guys. Well, were the Colts done for taking Malik Hooker? Because I could just say, well, you should have took Marcus Williams or Desmond King in the late rounds.
Man,
That's
but hold on now,
matchup.
Jalen. Hold on, because Marcus Williams just let Stephon Diggs catch a ball in the damn sideline and take it to the end zone with 7 seconds left on the clock, man. So let's not talk about Marcus Williams now, Jalen.
I mean, you talking about this type of stuff. Also, man, look, I think the Browns should take a quarterback. I think the Giants, the quarterback's the only position to me where it's just more valuable than others. It's just been proven. But the Colts better take Saquon, because God, I'm telling you what, this Bradley Chubb guy, if it wasn't this year, he wouldn't be the guy. And I don't know if anybody else has seen his game versus Notre Dame, but Mike McGlinchey, a guy we're not really in love with, he was whooping the shit out of him, dog. Like when I talk about whooping the shit out of him, I'm talking about Bradley Chubb didn't gain an inch of ground.
Feces.
Every time it was a one-on-one, like, that shit was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say Mike McGlinchey could be an NFL left tackle, I'll point to that game immediately. And then also, I want to hit the Shaquem Griffin point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, everybody says we shouldn't take Shaquem Griffin because blah, 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 his hand. Well, what his hand does is it stops him from getting off blocks that well. But name me the linebacker in the NFL who's 6 foot 230 and gets off of blocks well in the first place.
I don't even agree with that, because he'll take that damn nub and he'll like a sword. Like, he'll swing that bit like a sword. He'll fight that thing and get.
Have you guys ever seen the wrestler Sting with that bat? Yeah, that's Shaquem Griffin.
Yeah,
he comes out with that bat.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Go ahead.
Somebody's gonna get a steal, because playing him at will, I think he's gonna be a monster. And I just love me some Shaquem Griffin. He's a great player, and like I said, I hope he drops to the 5th round or whatever, and the Colts can pick him up. We run this 4-3, and we need a new will. Plug him in and play. And then I want to talk about, like I said, I already started on my Bradley Chubb. I'm starting to not like Bradley Chubb had a 7.373 cone drill. Compare that to other passers in the NFL. They compared him to Joey Bosa for some reason, which I don't see that comparison. But Joey Bosa had a 6.85.
Well, Joey's not super athletic neither. He's a hand technician guy. But I
know that's what I kept saying. I was like, Chubb is not Bosa. Bosa is a technician, but. I mean, Chubb 7.37, and then some people want to point to, well, you can still draft him top 5 because DeMarcus Lawrence had a 7.46. Well, DeMarcus Lawrence was a 2nd-round pick.
True.
DeMarcus Lawrence just made himself a bunch of money whooping the ass out of the Giants' offensive tackles, the Cardinals' offensive tackles. Damn it, who's these other guys he was whooping on him?
You wait a damn
for the Redskins?
You wait a damn minute. But to your point, it did take Lawrence 4 years to develop. He wasn't a beast out the gate. Jalen, I got a whole bunch of callers. I got to get rid of you, man. You know you can call back and fuss later if you want to. You know, you just do what you want to do.
I'll talk about the combine later.
All right, man. All right. The rest of y'all don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere. Adam Hall, what's happening, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. I actually don't have as many specific numbers today, so I think I'm just going to jump into some stuff and go from there. Did I hear correctly that DeMarcus Lawrence ran a 7.44 3-cone? Is that what he just said?
I think that's what he said. I wouldn't, I can't,
Yeah. I mean,
right.
I'm not familiar with those numbers either, because one of my arguments about Bradley Chubb is that, like, I read an article earlier today about how every other first-round, projected defensive end that ran a 3-cone that way has had like a really bad career, and I'm losing some interest on him because he's primarily a bend pass rusher, right? He's like an edge guy who likes to try to get bend, although like Von Miller, Khalil Mack blend or something like that, right?
Bradley Chubb is more so of a point of attack type of guy, powerful against the run, great instincts type of dude, but he's not the best pass rusher in the class. He's the best complete defensive end, maybe, but as a pass rusher, it's some guys that I would take over him on 3rd downs.
Okay, right on. All right, so that's a big question for me, right? If he's got a great 3-cone, if he's really agile, then that's going to impact his pass rushing ability. That makes sense that he's probably more of an all-around kind of dude. So, but all right, I really mean, first of all, this has been like a really great conversation. I love the high level of discussion that's going on here. I think it's been fantastic. But I got a little bit to talk about on the running back versus quarterback question for the Browns. And one thing that we're not really talking about a whole lot is a lot of game theory here. Is is how are the choices that we're going to make in relation to the choices that other people are going to make impact the choices that we're going to have to make down the line. And so we've talked a little bit about how all of these elite tier running backs, may that be Adrian Peterson, or we can remember with Damian Tomlinson with that insane defense as well back in 2006 and 2007, not reaching the promised land, right? I mean, the last time that we can think about a running back that was drafted extremely highly and won a Super Bowl, well, Lynch to a certain extent, that's he was 13, I think, but he had to change teams. And then we have Reggie Bush, who was drafted in number 2 and then eventually won a Super Bowl with the Saints. But the thing is that it wasn't really Reggie Bush who pushed that team over the edge. It was a solid defense along with a Hall of Fame quarterback. And so we have to think about it. If your objective is to be able to win a Super Bowl, which every team's is, we have to think about what are the constituent parts that are actually going to be able to help you make that. But I want to think about this through the prism of the impact that the cost of running back, taken at number 1 overall, is going to make you have to deal with. And so we already know that Leonard Fournette and Ezekiel Elliott, when they came into the league, drafted at 4 overall, were some of the highest paid running backs in the league right there, which means that when they pass their rookie contract after 3 to 4 years, or I mean after 4 years and you know a 5th-year option, that 5th-year option is going to cost a lot of the salary cap. Even with an increase in the salary cap, you're still looking at a substantially higher percentage of the salary cap compared to somebody who would be drafting Chubb or the Chiefs who have Hunt or Kamara or whatever else. I mean, we can get into the likelihood of actually drafting one of those guys in a bit. But one thing that we don't have to think about is whether or not the likelihood is the fact that you will be blowing a substantial amount of your salary cap on a first overall running back that will only become more expensive when you're getting into their second contract. And so we have to think about the cost-benefit of having this. If you spend a first overall pick on a quarterback, that's usually the best quarterback in the class. The incidence of hitting on that first overall quarterback is very high. The only first overall quarterback that's busted in the last 20 years was the Walrus. And so you're getting a high likelihood of being able to have exclusive bargaining agreements and exclusive negotiating tactics with the quarterback at the number 1 overall position, who's going to be the centerfold of your team for many years afterwards. And so I think about, okay, you're going to have a higher likelihood of holding on to your number 1 overall pick, who's going to help build your team over the next 10 years, or you're going to look at a high likelihood of having to deal with a malignant franchise tag situation like we're dealing with Le'Veon Bell in this instance of where you're drafting a running back number 1 overall. You may have a really good running back on a top end, very expensive deal for 4 years, and then you may lose that person when you're in a position to be able to actually make a run because he's going to be too expensive to be able to deal with. Le'Veon, if you hit the open market today, would be able to pull $20 million because there are teams willing to pay for that. And just like that for Barkley, if the Browns are on the right trajectory, which I think that they are, I really do. I think that they've had a series of solid drafts, that they're not going to be able to hold on to him. And I think that would be a really bad use of a first overall pick, especially when you have a first and a 4th overall pick there. So I think that when it comes to positional scarcity, when it comes to likelihood of success, and when it comes to the impact of the player itself, you need to be thinking about what are the impacts of taking a first-round quarterback versus a later-round quarterback. And so let's get into that really quick, and I think that I'm just going to have one question about Chark, and then I'm done, is that when so my big thing is using numbers to project quarterback success later on.
Right.
And I've come to learn that second, third, 4th-round quarterbacks, especially any quarterback taken after the 40 pick, the odds of that quarterback hitting drops substantially. And so if you're not trying to take a quarterback in that first round or in the very early second round, you're increasing the likelihood of that quarterback missing. And that's exactly what happened. Kaiser was a bad prospect in the first part, but there's a reason why he dropped that far is because he wasn't that good. But versus running backs, because the positional scarcity is so much more stringent, then that means that, for quarterback versus running back, that means you can take a comparatively talented running back that may do different things. I love this discussion about Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen because this is a perfect example. You can have 2 cheap players on a rookie deal that you draft in later rounds that do what they're hoping to do really well. And that may not be as good with both of them as Saquon, but you're going to be able to have a potent offensive attack on the ground, which is really what you're looking for.
Were they really potent, though? And I hate to cut you off, and I normally let you fly, though, but were they really potent, though? Like, I feel like, because, first of all, let me say this, from a coaching standpoint, and, I'm not pro football coach, nothing like that. But Tariq Cohen probably should have seen more of the field. Benny Cunningham probably shouldn't have. Maybe Tariq was a liability in pass blocking or whatever. But those two do not substantially make that offense better. Like they don't make Mitch more comfortable. Like Saquon could totally flip this thing on his head, man. like Saquon, like I don't want to get into the whole position value thing because to be fair, this ain't really the draft to not consider Saquon anywhere. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Zeke was taken number 4, right? But you had Bosa, Wentz, Goff. You had Miles Jack, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You had freaking
Ramsey,
Jalen Ramsey. So you had options. You can say, okay, Zeke might fall to number 8 because of these guys. This ain't that type of class. Yeah. Like the clear top 2 guys are a left guard and a running back here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes the decision easy.
I'm right there with you. Like I've kind of turned a page on Barkley, and I appreciate his input. He's a great pass blocker, not as great as Zeke, but he's exceptional. He's the best pass catching back all around, probably since LT. He's got a lot of power, even though he doesn't show it on screen. And I think that they'll coach him into that. I think that he'll become more of a complete back in the NFL. I'm not denying his incredible ability and his Hall of Fame upside, but what I'm saying is that if you want to be able to build a Super Bowl team and you've been struggling, I think that you need to be able to consider what are the downsides of not engaging with just taking the quarterback when you need to take the quarterback. Because Christian Ponder did not get past the first round of the playoffs when AP was having a historical year. And that year he caught 50 balls. People forget about that. So he was doing everything except for doing exceptional pass blocking. And so what you need to do, though, is you need to have a holistic approach. And drafting a quarterback at 1 overall does not signal that kind of sustainability in the long run unless they have somebody like Kirk Cousins. And so that's really my thoughts on the matter, is that we have to think about future implications for salary cap. We have to think about future implications for the team as a whole and whether or not you can actually utilize those guys to the fullest extent. Because we saw even at PSU last year, when they stacked 10 guys in the box, he has a hard time. I mean, everybody has a hard time. Unless your name is like Marshawn Lynch or Frank Gore, you're going to have a really hard time with A-plus people in the box. And so Barkley's amazing, but like he cannot do it by himself. And the first thing you can do to be able to ameliorate that weakness is to draft quarterback. But that's just my thoughts. I mean, you know, I appreciate the power of Zeke. We saw what that team looks like without him, and I think that Dak got some unnecessary flack. That's
totally
a
agree.
conversation.
Totally agree.
But I mean, because I'm a big Prescott fan. I think that he's going to have a really long, great career. But regardless, I'm not entirely certain that that's what the Browns need to do right now, because it's largely Kaiser's fault that they went 0-16. But that's a different thing. So, how do you feel about LSU wide receiver syndrome and DJ Chark with his ridiculous combine and his ridiculous Senior Bowl performance? How do you feel about him, and do you see him rising up a lot, and do you think that he has a legitimate NFL future ahead of him? That dude is tall, he's long, he can leap, and he can run. He's a body catcher. He's not great through contact, but however, he could be used as a weapon in man coverage. Now, if you want to look at, you know, what speed has done for draft stocks in history, I mean, you could take a look at Will Fuller. He runs a 40 regardless of what hands he brings. Will Fuller is a first-round receiver now because of how fast he runs. You know, I'm not going to bring up Darius Hayward-Bay because that was just a Raider mistake. John Ross runs the fastest 40 ever. He's taken by the Bengals top 10 or whatnot. So, I'll always go back to the tape. You know, the combine is for athletics, but tape is to figure out the actual football player. Colton Miller had a great combine, but as a football player, he doesn't move his feet. He doesn't put his hands on people. He's very lackadaisical in his kick slide. He's kind of soft. So
I think DJ Chark will move up the draft boards because of his size and his 40. And there are some measurable guys, there are some analytic guys that love that kind of stuff. But he's a body catcher, and he's not that reliable with his creativity and his route running.
Right. Well, that's really that's some stuff for me to look out on my tape watch through. And so one last thing for you. Could you compare Julio Jones's route running explosiveness and hand catching ability to like the likes of Chalk and Conley, because they all profile very similarly in their athletic ability, but obviously one is one of the greatest of his generation, and Conley hasn't played well, and I want to see if there has been development, obviously on the side of Julio, or if he came into the league as largely a finished product and then just kind of went from there. Do you have any insight on that one?
You say Conley who?
Chris Conley, he's a receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. He blew his Achilles out last year, but he has the record for vertical jump, and he ran a 4.35.
I remember Conley. Okay, yeah. I remember his combine, but I don't necessarily, I haven't seen his Chiefs tape, so I don't really want to even make a comment because I haven't seen. I don't want to be peanut gallery and tell you something that I haven't seen. But I can go watch some Chris Conley and come back, and next live stream I have an answer for you though.
That'd be great. So do you remember how finished of a product Julio was when he came out of college?
Julio, Crimson Tide Julio is not the same dude as Falcons Julio. However, Julio was always big and fast. Like I remember he had an injury at the combine, and the big conversation was Julio Jones or AJ Green. AJ Green was the more finished product at the time. Georgia AJ Green versus Crimson Tide Julio. AJ was the more finished product. Then Julio showed up with the broke foot and ran that 40. But Julio, what puts him on over the edge is as a physical specimen, he's better than AJ Green, right? So if AJ Green had the higher floor, Julio, by default, if he figures everything out, he has the higher ceiling. And Julio Jones figured out nuance. He figured out leverage. He figured out spacing. But I think he was drafted first because he was that big and his foot was broke and he ran that fast. So all you had to do was teach him the nuance. And you go, man, this is gonna be whatever. And I think that's how it worked out. Even though AJ Green is amazing, Julio is also amazing, but bigger and faster on broke foots. And he figured out the nuance. So yeah.
All right, cool. That's all I got. But wanted to thank you again for having this great discussion and your live stream from last time where you had that guest on. I was listening to that again, and he had me thinking about some of the stuff that I was turning a blind eye to with Rosen. So I'm going to be delving a little bit more into Mayfield's tape and then doing some more analysis. So what was that guy's name again, so I can get in touch with his
Deuce Wyndham.
Profile?
Deuce Wyndham. DEUCEWINDHAM. He's one of my Illuminati Project guys. He's a Saints fan, and he's legit. Deuce Wyndham. Check him out on YouTube.
Fantastic. All right, thanks, man. Appreciate your time. You guys have a great day. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm about to tell a story. Dan, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was like, should I jump into the Julio conversation? But
no. Not with Adam on the phone. You let him rock. So peep this out. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back, and I got a story to tell about who I met on Twitter today, and I'm kind of giddy about it. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 calls. We're going to jump into that. So be right back. The YouTube idea is taken away from your creators. People are just $1 a month would increase production and the frequency of uploads. Basically, that means more content for you. For less than a bag of almond M&Ms, you can support the channel, call dibs on requests for future videos, and you can have access to Patreon exclusive material like my throwback film sessions. That's patreon.com/VachLombardi. I appreciate the support. Doski Woski. Salute. Type my draft simulators give you unrealistic results like this. Vach Lombardi uses the Fan Drafted app. I can come on here and I can build my own mock drafts. We go Josh Rosen, number 1, and we go Quentin Nelson, number 2. I can build my own big board with Quentin Nelson on the top of it because I feel like he's the best player in this draft. Sue me. I can do player rankings. I can move guys all up and down this thing if I want to. But the most fun that I have is using the live draft, where I only use one team. We get the Giants, and we're going to go 4 rounds, and let's see. So we got Josh Rosen with the number 1 overall pick. I'm the New York Giants. Say I want to mix things up and take Minkah Fitzpatrick, number 2. And then we move on with the rest of the draft. Say in the second round, I want Will Hernandez to save the New York Giants. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. I can have hours of fun doing this just on my phone and not getting fired at my day job. It's the Fan Drafted app, man. It's available on the Google Play Store. Type it in just like that. Fan Drafted. And I'm Vash Lombardi, man. Salute. Yeah. Go get that Fan Drafted app from the Google Play Store, man. We're going to be using that later on to dress up the mock draft. And also later, like another show later, Lieutenant Dan is going to be coming on here to give his mock draft. And we're going to be using the Fan Drafted app to present that. So y'all can hate on him in the most organized way that we've ever done it. Callers, don't go nowhere. So peep this out. First and foremost, shouts out to the homie Law Nation. He's a Dallas Cowboys YouTuber. And I look up to Law Nation in a way that every time I look on Law Nation's live stream, he got about 5 or 6 women on his live stream talking to him. I say, damn, nigga, salute the Law Nation. I need more women on to be a part of the Vach Lombardi empire. I don't just want to just fool with y'all dudes all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love y'all, man. Y'all my peoples and all, but this young lady hit me on Twitter today. I was so excited. I started dancing and shit. I said, hey, let's see what's going on here. Boom, boom, boom. She sent me a couple tweets. BJ Hill's sister seen my Senior Bowl footage. Lieutenant Dan, you there?
Uh-huh.
BJ Hill's sister saw my my Combine video. Not my Combine, my Senior Bowl video, right? And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm a huge fan of BJ Hill." Then she dropped the line "Red Helmet Gangster," and I threw everything, Dan. I tossed my phone. I tossed the phone off the table. I turned this over and I did this and I flipped over the tripod and I say, man, I got up and started dancing and shit because I'm a huge fan of BJ Hill, right? So I'm talking to her on the Twitter machine. I'm like, man, you never know who's watching. And she was like, not enough people talking about my little brother. And I say, hell yeah, not enough people talking about your little brother. She say,
it's true, man.
Not enough people talk about your little brother. Mind you, his big ass showed up to the combine around a 4.99. What? What? Right? And it's first of all, it's crazy how the draft Illuminati, they'll lead you to whatever path of righteousness you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to walk on, whether it's correct or not. They'll have you believing that Ohio State had the best D-line this year. North Carolina State, bro? North Carolina State had some guys this year. So when I made my my reaction video, or just my breakdown video, my Senior Bowl practice video, it was a live reaction. It's not like I mapped that out or wrote scripts or anything like that. That was really how I felt. So when I'm up here overreacting to BJ Hill, damn it, I'm really excited about BJ Hill. Then his big sister hit me in the inbox and say, yo, I'm BJ Hill's sister, right? So I'm trying to get that interview. If she listening, I'm trying to get that interview. That will help the culture. That'll help the Vach Lombardi movement. I actually know she listening. That'll help the Vach Lombardi movement. That might even put some eyebrows on your brother. Because I tell you what, last year Vach Lombardi made a video called Malik McDowell Better Than Solomon Thomas. I still believe that, by the way. And next thing you know, Solomon Thomas get a whole bunch more pub than he once did. Maybe I can push a narrative for BJ Hill. Maybe I can bring some wokeness to BJ Hill. Lieutenant Dan.
Can I say something real quick about this? Because to me,
I don't even know. I don't even know if I should let you talk because it sounds like you about to.
You see, I think it's not just you that started this movement. It was about I don't know how far back it was, but a couple weeks ago.
Don't you start that.
I did a video on BJ Hill and on his friend Justin Jones.
And you want to know why you did that video? Because I'm the GOAT.
And I said,
go ahead.
And I said, look, I fell in love with him at the Senior Bowl. I went and watched his team because shout out Chris Robbins at Draft Prospect 101 told me to go watch this kid. I go, all right, yeah, fine, I'll go watch this. Fell in love with all four guys across the line: Chubb, BJ Hill, Justin Jones, Contavious Street. I said,
then
people are gonna get some studs.
And then you watch Voch Lombardi talk about him, and you was like, "Oh, that's it." Red helmet gangsters is a thing now. If y'all go on Twitter and type in red helmet gangsters, you'll be surprised. You'd be surprised about how this has turned into a thing. People love that name. People love that concept. People like the idea of these two assassins that you never heard of in your life, BJ and Justin. These two assassins that you've never heard of in your life. I ain't never heard of them because I'm not a super draft fan like y'all, right? But they show up and they whooping all the offensive linemen, bro. I was like, both of them. Both of them, back to back to back. I was like, man, I gotta make this a thing. So sure, Dan, you made the video, but I didn't make the video because you made the video. Vach hadn't made a Vita Vea video because we put the damn video on your channel. I want you to eat out here, Dan. Shit.
Well, right after I put that video down, I reached out to her immediately. I was like, hey, look, I'm doing a video on your brother.
No,
and
you
I'm doing
did
a
not.
video on his friend too.
No, you
yes,
did not.
I did. Go check my tweet.
No, you did not.
Go check
You a
my
damn
tweet.
lie. You a damn lie. You did not talk to BJ Hill, sister. You did not talk to BJ Hill.
Go check my tweet. Go check my tweet.
I don't feel like checking your tweets.
And she liked that tweet right off the bat. And I was like, I want to do an interview, but I want to do it on whatever time that you have available. She never hit me back up, and I was like, it's okay. I understand. It's all good.
Well, she don't need to hit you back because I'm the GOAT, because I need that on my channel because Red Helmet Gangsters is way more interesting than whatever it is you was about to say.
No, but seriously, but BJ Hill, Justin Jones, and BJ Hill's sister, I got invited to a Facebook Live video for BJ.
Get out of here!
And
what was that?
I'm not joking. Well, and I went and watched them. He donated. I think they raised $3,075 to a church, and they were putting it on Facebook Live.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I'm kind of hating on Dan though, just a little bit. I'm kind of hating on Dan.
You know, I'm not thirsty like that though.
I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. I want to be first. I'm thirsty. Thursday. I want to be first. Goddamn it. Shit. Who you talking to? This is Voch Lombardi, man. We can turn this to a foot race if you want to. Hell yeah, boy.
No.
Look, man.
I'll talk to my people if they want to talk to me.
Yo, people.
When I get that field pass, you'll be the first one to know, and you'll be the first one with me to go.
Your people. Look at you. You want to talk to your people. You just Hollywood now, huh? You just look at you.
No, too humble for that. Way too humble for that.
Dan, you the homie, man, but I gotta let you do that. Anyway, somebody say, Voch, what's your 40? Man, I ran like a 5'8", dog. I ain't no athlete like that. But so Dan, I know that you made a BJ Hill video, but I'm me. So at some point I'm probably gonna make one too. And hey man,
you know the problem is though, is there's not enough tape.
You know, there's not a lot of BJ Hill tape, but you know what there's a lot of? Bradley Chubb tape.
True.
So
I guess you could, yeah.
So So you know what, Dan? Let's make a joint video. We haven't done that in a while. We haven't done that in a minute. You want to make
Tell me when you want to do it. Tell me when you want to do it. I try to do justice with my video, and I just looked at it and said I don't have enough tape.
Yeah.
I know that Justin Jones' tape is the same tape that I'm watching right now for B.J. Hill.
Right.
It's disappointing.
Let's do an overall Red Helmet gangster film session. I think that'll be dope. We'll do it for all 4 of them, but it's gonna go on my channel.
And
because
let's not forget Contavious Street. If you're not watching the opposite side of Bradley Chubb, while those interior guys are doing what you're doing, you're not watching the whole gang, man. That's switchblades and knives, and they got everything under their pocket.
But if I'm Contavious, right, and there's Brad and there's BJ and there's Justin, I better be eating over here. I better be. Anyway, let's move on to these callers, man. They've been waiting for a minute, patiently. Let's jump into it. I ain't gonna rush y'all neither, kinda. 478. Who this?
What's going on, Vox? It's your boy Ed. What's up, man?
Hey, Mr. Ed, what's happening, man? Doski Walsh, what you got for the show, man?
Not much. What up, Dan, bro? This Brazilian X Skills, man. What's going on?
All right.
What's going on, bro? Now hold on, time out.
Okay.
Brazilian X Skills. He likes Taven Bryan so much that he'll fight for it. So just be careful about how you treat this man.
Listen. Tavin is the best player I've ever. No, I'm just playing.
Somebody trying to fight me over Taven Bryan?
No.
Somebody trying to fight? Who over Taven?
Hold up, let me grab the 9.
Hey, get out of here. Anyway. What you want, man? The hell you want? What you want?
Man, I'm just trying to say, like you said, man, we got to draft on traits. Just going back to Jordan Howard, man.
Okay.
You can't tell me, even on Madden, people taking Jordan Howard as their starting running back with that 82 speed, and you see Todd Gurley with all these stats. Even on Madden, they don't take Jordan Howard.
With that 82 speed, guy, his speed better not be 82 for real.
Speed, man.
Jordan Howard speed
running faster than him.
Jordan Howard speed ain't 82 for real, is it?
I don't know, man. But, man,
let me look
Jordan Howard's broad jump looks like a Saquon Barkley cut. I'm just saying.
Oh no. What else you got? What else?
What is the hating thing, man? Voch, why is hating a thing now? Why is that so?
Hating is a thing.
Like you can't just look at guys no more and say, "Well, I think somebody's better," but you hating though.
Hating is a thing because people don't necessarily know how to disagree with others, and they're not really open to dialogue. They'll rather be right than to hear some dialogue about them, about somebody disagreeing with them. But it is what it is, though. I live.
Right, and one thing I've been talking to Dan about, man, it's really important, the scheme. Like, when you talk about fantasy football, the guy I drafted, Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
You know why? Because their line was built for somebody like AP, a runner.
Mm.
The Rams, when Todd Gurley drafted him, as a Georgia fan, I was like, yo, I love the pick because they know how to use a running back. It depends on the organization and what their draft to do. It's not really about who. Like you can take the sorriest guy like Sherman. Who talked about Sherman? We all know nobody did. But in that scheme, he was good. Just like Keanu Neal. And I know you know this one, Vots. For the Atlanta Falcons,
right.
Keanu Neal was a great first-round pick. We didn't reach. We didn't grab what's the dude out of Clemson? Was it Shaq Lawson?
Yeah. I mean,
that's the guy that everybody wanted us to get.
I like Keanu Neal, but there's something else people got to understand. Like, you can be a productive third-round player. There's nothing wrong with being a productive third-round player. Keanu Neal, in y'all's system, he's a very productive player. He got limitations, but y'all know that, though. Jordan Howard's speed
we
is.
Take a hit on him though.
Jordan Howard's speed is an 84. Jordan Howard's speed is an 84, by the way. But I'm listening though.
Shit, I was close.
But I'm listening to you.
Close, though.
Go ahead before I get you on the phone.
Yeah, man. You know that. What would happen if we took Shaq Lawson? We wouldn't have a strong safety. And what's Shaq Lawson up to nowadays? Because I'm saying him because that's who everybody wanted us to draft.
I don't know. I got Zeke that year.
I honestly don't know where he's at. I'm for real.
He's about to get cut. Well, at least what Bill's peeps are saying right now is that they're the organization's saying that they're tired with him. That's at least what I'm seeing from Bill's beat writers, is that they're tired with him and they're tired of the injuries, and they just kind of want him to kind of go away, like forget that he ever was drafted. So I don't know, man.
Damn. Well, all right,
Right,
then,
so-
fam. It's
so
good.
back to draft.
Oh,
Are you good, man?
okay.
You go to the next caller, man. You good?
Okay, then. Appreciate you for calling, bro. Salute. That's your homie, Dan? Who that? I don't know. I didn't know who that was. Who was that?
Brazilian at skills. He's a Falcons guy. He likes Georgia Bulldogs. He's into that thing. He and I believe the same exact thing, that Keanu Neal was not a first rounder, but because of the way the Falcons organization, or several organizations in the NFL work, that they'll go and grab day 2 and day 3 guys around early, because that's who fits in their system, and they'd rather not leave it up to chance to let another team pick them.
As long as we both understand that Keanu Neal isn't necessarily a first round guy, we won't have any problems, Dan.
I mean, Atlanta thought he was a first round pick, and that's why they took him in the first round. Me and you will disagree about whether or not he was a first rounder or not. But when it came down straight to it, who got picked in the first round and who didn't? So that's straight what it is.
512. What's happening?
What's up, Lodge?
Wake up. Who is this?
It's Luke Taylor.
I mean, shit. You alive?
A little bit. Been waiting a long time.
My apologies. What can I do for you, man?
Okay, so first of all, Saquon possibly should be the number 1 overall pick.
All right.
Because look at what Zeke did for this offense. And just, I mean, he made the defense better.
Okay.
And he made Dak Prescott look better. And also, because if y'all's point is that y'all need the Cleveland Browns quarterback, you can't take me out of quarterbacks. I'm picking 4th. You can only take 2. I mean, I feel like there's at least 3 that can be quality starters in the league.
All right.
And then also, that's gonna be it. That's all
right, 512. Appreciate you, man. I hope you get some good rest tonight. I hope you stay asleep till like noon tomorrow, so you can get all that sleep out your system. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. God damn. We got 161 people, so that's cool. We're going to take one more call, then we're going to get into this interactive mock draft, and we're going to run it for the cardio. 408, who this?
This is Andy.
What up, Andy? What you got for the show?
All right. So, I'm a big Cowboys fan, right? So I know the importance of having a dominant running game.
Okay.
For not only your quarterback, but for your defense, because you're basically playing keep away.
Yes.
Now, I'm thinking that the Colts, if Saquon Barkley is there, should pass on him, and here's why. I believe if you take like a Quentin Nelson and get a running back later, not only will you be able to get that running game going, you'll be able to protect Andrew Luck better than if you just have Saquon Barkley, because you can't really find a guard really late, like you can find a running back this year. Like you can go 4 rounds deep with quality running backs this year. And a guy like Sony Michel, who could be an elite NFL starter, will be available in the 2nd round. And even guys like Nick Chubb, who could be average NFL starters, but with a good O-line and a good passing game, could be elevated by those pieces, could give you success. And also, and I forgot who brought it up, but most of these Super Bowl winning teams, they already have, the reason they win is because of good quarterback play and good defenses. And the Colts, they drafted a stud last year at free safety, and they got a lot of young guys that they could develop. So I believe you should let the young guys develop and build that offensive line to protect Andrew Luck, who's by far the most important player outside of Aaron Rodgers in the entire league.
Wait a damn minute. What you say?
I said Andrew Luck's the 2nd most important player in the entire league. Most valuable to their team. Outside of Aaron Rodgers.
Andy S. Ooh.
What were the Colts like without Andrew Luck? And what were they with him? Like, he took a 2-14 team, and it's like the Colts were like 2-14. And the first year they have him, they went 11-5. And then the next year, 2 years, they went 11-5, and he eventually went to the AFC Championship game.
I've seen the New York Giants fall off a cliff when Odell Beckham gets hurt. I feel you, but Deshaun Watson got hurt. You said Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Zeke got suspended. I feel you. But I think
any of those guys as talented as Andrew Luck at the quarterback position.
I think
Odell's a great wide receiver.
Let me help you, fam. Let me help you. I think what it is that the Colts as a whole just aren't as talented of a team. You see what I'm saying? So if the only bit of talent on that team is gone, then of course the Colts are gonna look, bad. But
Yeah, I guess. Which is why they should take Quentin Nelson over Saquon, because Quinn's a surefire thing. I don't believe Saquon is necessarily a surefire thing. If you look at Reggie Bush's tape at USC, he wasn't that dominant player like he was at USC and at the next level, because everybody's just as athletic almost.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, but I don't know. Jalen called in. Jalen, did you have something to disagree with? Let me take y'all off mute first, man. Okay, go ahead, Jalen. What you got, man?
This is the thing. We're in a position right now. All right. Andrew Luck is our most talented player, right? T.Y. is. I'm not gonna act like T.Y.'s not good, but he's not that guy everybody thinks. But we have to take the most talented player flat out. Saquon Barkley. I know you're gonna say offensive line is bad, but we're gonna find free agents, probably Pugh, maybe Norwell. We're gonna address like that. Hernandez is gonna be there in the second round, maybe. There's guys throughout the draft. Billy Price is gonna be there because
Hernandez ain't gonna be there because Dallas gonna take him at 19. But go ahead.
But there's so many ways to fix an interior offensive line. That's really our big problem. Right tackle is kind of a problem, but I think Good is gonna play that position and do well. But we have to take Barkley because you also got to think about it like this. Frank Gore, he's 67 years old. Like, pass rushers, they don't really care. They're going to pin their ears back and go after Luck because it's Gore in the backfield. If you have Saquon Barkley back there, well, the ends are going to have to reconsider chasing at the quarterback that much. And damn, if you don't contain your lane, Saquon's just going to take off out the C-gap and then go 20 yards. And you really don't want your linebackers in spaces of them either, because the linebackers who can't tackle them are not fast enough, and the linebackers who are fast enough to keep up can't tackle them. So there's that problem. Barkley is a nightmare. So you can't pass up on that.
I disagree with you on Barkley being a nightmare. Like, he had games where he wasn't much of an impact. Like, he didn't make much.
You didn't watch the game.
A rusher.
I'll tell you what. Because if you watch Ohio State's game, there's games where he did bad. Damn. If you really watched it, the things he was doing, like, dog, the first half of the Ohio State game wasn't even him running the ball. They were really splitting him out wide and having him run routes. So that's why his rushing yards aren't going to be that high. He took a kickback for a touchdown. He had a long touchdown against them. He was getting games on them, but your quarterback is Trace McSorley. When he comes to us, his quarterback is Andrew Luck, for Christ's sake. And you got T.Y. Hilton on the outside instead of Deshaun Hamilton. Like, Barkley, I'll tell you what, man, I'm willing to bet whatever you want. He gets 1,600 yards barring injury, which one thing I love about Barkley is he's got that short, squatty build. Doesn't look like an injury-prone kind of body. And the way he runs, he doesn't take all those extra hits like Leonard Fournette. He invited the extra hit.
Appreciate it. I just muted both of y'all. Salute to you. It's 8 o'clock. I got to get to this damn mock draft, and I know that's going to take a year to do. Shit. Dan, you still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My face is red. I'm trying to just get on to the next segment so that I don't completely destroy these two kids.
Why is your face red, Dan? What? While I'm setting up this fan drafted app, why is your face red? What?
Doesn't matter. If they have Saquon Barkley, they have any other running back that they named, doesn't matter who they have in the backfield. If they don't have anybody blocking in front, doesn't matter if it's a C gap, B gap, A gap, doesn't matter what gap they run. Next galaxy that they can run it. If they don't have anybody blocking, it doesn't matter where they go.
Oh my God.
Barkley will be dropped
2-3 yards back in the backfield. Doesn't matter.
Oh my
so
God.
Fix your line. Fix your home, okay? Build the foundation. Get where you need to go. And instead of worrying about, okay, Saquon Barkley, generational talent, don't be the Vikings in AP, okay? AP was super, super productive. But as soon as that line started crumbling and the age of the AP started crumbling, they couldn't get the quarterback there. The pieces weren't lining up fast enough. They were done. They were cooked. So don't worry. Don't worry about that right now. Worry about making your lines first. I mean, heck, even if Andrew Luck does come back healthy, you have other needs that need to be addressed first to make that team even capable of taking on everybody else in the division. Don't tell me that you're going to run on that Jags defense every time you face them twice a year. It's hilarious.
I mean, damn. Dan, you angry?
I just get on with the next segment.
So this is the Fan Drafted app, y'all. Sheesh, damn. Let's try to blow through this damn mock draft because I ain't trying to be all night. Let's move this over here. Let's pop the chat box out. Let's do that so I can watch, so I can keep it close together. So we're gonna do that. Bam. Go. Like bam. All right, cool. Well, let's go all the way back over here. So cool. Here we go. Fan Drafted app. This is what it looks like, by the way. I think this is a dope little situation. We're gonna do the whole mock draft, man. Somebody say do the Bengals draft. We're gonna do the whole mock. Dan, me and you gonna be doing it. That's cool with you?
That's fine with me, man.
Let's run it for the Cardi. I was gonna do this for everybody, but we'll do that on another day. Let's go, Vaj and Dan. What's today? The 5th? 2/5/18, because you can keep track of your mocks and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? You can always see how much your opinion changed over time. All right. So, I got the odd numbers. You got the even numbers. Well, shit. What number's the Falcons?
Yeah. Unless you just want to discuss them and then just make the pick.
What number is the Falcons? What number y'all draft?
26. So I would be even.
Okay, and Cowboys got 19. Okay, so cool. I'll get odd numbers. You get even numbers. Cool. All right.
Okay.
And we ain't got to talk too long. We can just run through this real quick. So peep this out, y'all. The Cleveland Browns, man. You could take quarterback, but my whole thing about quarterback, bro, is if you do the whole take Saquon first trick, you might end up with like Josh Allen. You know what I mean? you know, or you might end up with a quarterback that you're not in love with. So I think the right move is to take the quarterback you want, but just for the sake of being different in this draft, like my real mock draft gonna come out later. We're just gonna get Saquon Barkley number 1. It is what it is. Go ahead, Dan.
Let's see. I'm looking at a bunch of mock drafts and seeing like the needs of the Giants. This is hard because couldn't the Giants just kind of trade down and get away from this as well? I've seen Roquan get drafted this high. I know that's crazy talk. Talk about Roquan getting drafted too.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
And then quarterback, like, man.
Anderson Boyce said, "Terrible pick. Who cares?" It's March. It's March 5th. Come on, fam. Who cares?
Voch, would you say this would be the quarterback pick here? I don't like it though, but
I do. I think it's the quarterback pick plus Saquon just came off the board.
Just this is Rosen. This is Rosen.
Right.
For me, this is Rosen.
Rosen.
I think this is where this goes.
For number 3,
I would need to look at the. You know what? While I do that, I'm gonna walk over there. But yeah, I'll go Josh Rosen here. I think that's a solid pick, even if they do keep Eli in there for a little bit.
Well, number 3, I'm gonna take Quentin Nelson to save Luck, to clean the front of that pocket, and to make Marlon Mack or whoever the hell you draft this year a more effective player. You know what I'm saying? So you have the number 4 Browns pick. What you got?
Oh man. Okay, so we're at Browns.
Yes.
I liked when you had Minka going here.
Yeah.
Really did.
Yeah.
I think that really addresses the need. He's kind of one of those ATHs. He can kind of just, the old college football games where you can kind of just get that ATH, put him anywhere. I don't hate that.
You got Minka here. Chubb is here. Quarterbacks.
I throw Chubb. Why not? Why not put Chubb there?
Now I do think it's very interesting to double up at defensive end. That's just the idea of that is so dope to me, like overkill. Like if you got Bradley Chubb and Myles Garrett at both defensive end spots, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? And you ain't got to take a quarterback because y'all not gonna win the Super Bowl this year, and just get a quarterback next year or get a quarterback in the second round, whatever. Buy a quarterback.
Only thing I don't like about the pick, and it's solid, but they haven't met with Chubb. That's the only weird thing that they haven't met with him. But yeah, Chubb, why not help?
It is what it is. And yes, Deuce, I am cleaning my Glock. That is Deuce Wyndham in the chat box, by the way. What's happening, Deuce? Bradley Chubb. So when the Broncos come around, man, I don't mind the idea of another DB with the damn Broncos. That's just a dope idea to me, but best quarterback here, Sam Darnold. We're going to go Sam Darnold to the Broncos. What about number 6 to the Jets?
Well, kind of looking at some of the people that they've met with and kind of going off of that a little bit. This is going to be Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
I think it'll be Baker Mayfield. I know Senior Bowl, and they had a private meeting with him and everything, so that might justify that for me. And that gives them, somebody that's legitimate. I think that helps. I think it helps a lot. So, yeah, Jets with Baker Mayfield.
In the chat box, Steve Androsky asks if my Glock has a name. I name all of my guns after after one of my exes, and this Glock's name is Gina or Regina. So yeah, she has a name.
I like Regina. That's the next one.
Regina's a legend in my life, man. Cody Lashley says this mock is already ass. Who cares? Blake Johnson says, so Vach, I thought a week ago Barkley, Chubb, and Minka weren't worth top 5 picks. They still ain't, but it's just the draft that you're working with. And I say all the time, Bradley Chubb wouldn't be a top 5 pick if he was in last year's draft. So yeah, they kind of technically ain't, but who cares? It's March, man. And that trade up scenarios are gonna happen. You know what I mean? You know trade ups are gonna happen. So we doing this for fun. We doing this because we doing it, and people like mock drafts. Shut up. Megan Fitzpatrick to the Buccaneers. You think so?
Sounds solid.
Yeah.
Definitely make me a little more worrisome of the Bucs.
Yeah, I dig that. What about the Bears, since they got Jordan Howard and they don't want greatness in Saquon Barkley? What you want to do with the Bears? Since they're
at
content.
The Combine, they talked to Ridley and Sutton, and they also talked to Denzel Ward as well. Those are all needs at wide receiver and corner. Any right tackle.
Man, if the Bears take Sutton, I'm just gonna laugh.
Man, maybe unpopular, but why not Denzel Ward, man?
Okay.
Why not Denzel Ward? You saw Minka go off. Maybe you were thinking that Minka was going to be able to fall to you. Now you take the second best option. Maybe that's not popular, but the need at corner is pretty good. So, yeah, why not?
Okay. This is the Fan Drafted app, by the way. If y'all want to go to your Google Play Store and pick this up, that's what we're using. It's what I do. So I think it's a dope little situation. You can do one team mocks, plus you can do full blown mocks. San Francisco. Hey, man, since y'all want to talk about the damn Combine, did y'all see my son Tremaine Edmonds? Man, did y'all see my son Tremaine Edmonds putting on a show? 6'5", 250, looking smooth out there. Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Where Tremaine Edmonds at? I got Tremaine Edmonds going down number 9 to the San Francisco 49ers. Damn it.
Not bad.
Just like
That's
that.
not bad at all.
Just like that. What you got for Oakland?
I'm looking at Oakland's needs. They need a defensive tackle. They need a linebacker. Who have they met with? Let's see. Offensive tackles. Wow, they met with a lot of offensive tackles at the Combine. So you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's I'm looking for a right tackle.
And you can look at the live stream to see who's available. I got that pulled up on the YouTube joint.
Right. I got that going back and forth. Just going back and forth.
Okay.
Man. Wouldn't Vita be really interesting in Oakland?
Sure would. I'd hate it because I want him in Dallas.
Something. Would you, Vach, tell me, because you're an offensive line guy, McGlinchey? So the Raiders?
The Raiders, I think this is a bit early for Mike. A wee bit early for Mike. I think there are better guards in this class than tackles. If you want to have the Connor Williams conversation with me, if you'll give me 2016 Connor Williams, I'll take him right now. I just don't know which Connor Williams I'd be getting. So,
well, they met with him at the Combine, so I'm going to go with Vita Vea here in Oakland. I think that just puts them over the edge, gives them a little bit more pass rush, gives them a little bit more stoutness. So Vita Vea to Oakland, that sounds pretty dangerous.
I think that's a safe decision. Great decision. Miami Dolphins. Let's take a look and see what Miami Dolphins do. Let's see. Derwin James is on the board here. Roquan's on the board here. I think it's a bit early for running back. Let's go Derwin James to the damn Miami Dolphins. I think that'll be dope. Yeah, I like that. Then we can get a linebacker later on because when the safety's gone, they gone, children. And we'll just get a linebacker early. What you think about the Bengals?
Bengals going to need some tight end, offensive line help. They're going to need more offensive line help, linebacker, corner. Oh, man. And the only person that they have talked to at the Combine was John Atkins, the Georgia defensive tackle, defensive end. So I think maybe this is Roquan. They need a lot of offensive line.
Roquan to the Bengals. Hey man, what about Colton Miller? What's the name? Seems to think Mel Kiper seems to think Colton Miller is going number 12
Well,
to
what
the
about
Bengals.
a coach, Vach? Coach would be a pretty good draft pick. I think.
I'll go play. I'll go play for the Bengals on everything. Give me a headset. I'll light that thing up, boy. What you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
I
just don't know which, like right tackle, left tackle, right guard, left guard. So maybe this is what is it? Nelson.
Quentin Nelson ain't been taken yet.
I'm gonna see that.
Quentin Nelson been taken.
I think he's been taken.
He's been taken. He went to the Colts. We got. Wait a minute.
Who we have at guard?
At guard, we ain't got a soul at guard. So let me back out of here. My internet messing up. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Roquan's on the board. Maurice Hurst, Calvin Ridley's on the board. I do see Calvin Ridley falling in real life. I don't know who the hell these people up here are. I was just scrolling too far. Josh Jackson, Derek. Damn, Miss McGrew died. Oh man, I gotta talk to Seth. Marcus How about Marcus Davenport right here? Just think about Marcus Davenport. Not the edge guy. How about that? Either that. Chat box. What y'all want to do for the Bengals? Tell me right now. Tell me, chat box.
This is probably the toughest pick up to this point because like they need offensive line.
Yeah, and Mike McGlinchey's there, but it depends on how much you like him. Depends on how much you like him.
Yeah,
Chat box.
I don't know which position on the offensive line they need because all I get on this write up right here is that they need offensive line and more offensive line. And what does that mean?
True.
What do you do?
Watch the Bengals pick 2 edge rushers last year, lost half out. Who cares?
Man, maybe you know what? Maybe we're just overthinking this. Maybe this does need to be McGlinchey.
Yeah, man.
Maybe this does.
Roquan, Connor Williams, Roquan. Let's go Connor Williams. I've seen more Connor Williamses than anything. And I like Connor Williams as a tackle. You just got to give me 2016 Connor Williams. Washington.
I trust the chat.
Yeah, I did that.
That's good. This was just a little too hard for me.
True. Let me close this phone out and fix this real quick. What about shit, we just picked the Bengals. Hold up. I just closed out my app. I had to text my homie back. God damn, Miss McGrew. R.I.P. to Miss McGrew. Let me go back. And that's the whole thing about this whole phone thing is this is technically still my phone. so y'all can read your own text messages when y'all doing the damn app. But these are mine. So hold up. Let me do this real quick. But the chat box saying Connor Williams. Dan, tell me something about Connor Williams while I text these people back and do this.
Something about Connor Williams.
Tell me something about BJ Hill. Tell me something about the combine. What was your combine takeaway while I fix this?
Combine takeaway. The defensive line class is not as I wouldn't say deep is the right word. I would just say that the parity between defensive tackles is not as far as people think. Depending on the team and how they're going to utilize them is more of the parity here. I think they really did try to section off like these are the top 4 guys, and then these are the guys that come after that. When I really don't see a difference between like a De'Ron Payne and a BJ Hill, man. Like you can get a super athlete out of both of those guys, and they're saying that BJ Hill's the day 2 guy, and they're saying that De'Ron Payne's day 1. So that's
I'm not
that for me is a little silly.
I'm not a huge De'Ron Payne fan, actually. To be fair, I think he only showed up in the championship games, but besides that, he was real pedestrian the rest of the season. You ask me.
I'm not much of an O-line guy anyway. That's your job.
I'm people call me O-line guru, and I'm not a fan of that shit. Don't put that pressure on me. No damn guru. What's wrong with y'all? What's your problem is? Okay, I'm about to pull this thing back up in a little bit. Did you see my son Will Hernandez? Huh?
Also, really quick, I wanted to make a quick statement on the Julio Jones thing that was a while ago. Very quick. Julio Jones, the collegiate athlete, you're right, was a completely different player than Julio Jones, the wide receiver in the NFL that plays for the Falcons. Mm-hmm. That's because I think Julio Jones learned to have an air of toughness around him. Physicality is a good word. When he came into the league, he was a down-the-field threat and the speedy guy that goes down there with the size. But I think he learned to be a number 1 guy. And then to be like, well, you got to put 2 on me or you got to put your best. That's just straight up what it is. I think a lot of number 1 wide receivers that come in with that mentality that they know they're athletic, but they need to add that physicality to their game, that presence, they become great wide receivers in this game. It's true.
Man, nuance goes a long way, man. It goes a long, long way. Mm. So, shit, but as a physical freak though, Julio put the nipple on the titty as a physical freak though, with the broke foot.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Dan, here I come, man. I'm about to plug this thing back up, man. I had to take care of that.
Look, man, if you're dealing or something else going on right now, look, you just gotta stop that. We gotta get this mock out of the way.
No. I had to text my bro back. All right, we back. Who we say for the Washington Redskins? Do we give them anybody? Roquan Smith is there. Calvin Ridley's there. Deron Payne is there. Josh Jackson, Marcus Davenport. I don't like the Redskins. I'm gonna get them like Mark Andrews, Deshaun Elliott right here. I'll give them Roquan Smith.
Well, you know, they met with. I think they met with. Here, before you make this pick, let me tell you who they met with at the combine. They met with DJ Moore, and that's it.
Damn.
That's it.
They only met with DJ Moore.
That apparently that's the only information that we have. That they only had a combine interview with DJ Moore. Now they probably talked to some other people. I heard some beat writers say they talked to Payne. Maybe that's a good pick. I know they need a defensive tackle, right? So maybe that's their guy.
I like DJ Moore, man, but I mean I'm gonna have to talk. I need you to talk to more people than damn DJ Moore, fam. Like you know, at least talk to Calvin. At least talk to Christian Kirk.
This year, teams have been more secretive about who they've interviewed and talked with than any other year that I can remember. They're just quiet.
Okay. Anyway, here we go. All right. So Green Bay. You got even numbers. Who should we take for Green Bay?
You know, man.
Josh Allen.
They said they need corner. They need a strong safety, outside linebacker, tight end, interior offensive lineman.
Pass rush.
What you got on the list right now, Voch? Can't see anything.
Marcus Davenport, Harold Landry, any of the corners. Calvin Ridley, if you want to go there. Maurice Hurst, Mike McGlinchey.
They talked to Quentin Nelson. They talked to Troy Fumagalli. They talked to Lorenzo Carter.
I don't know why the hell they talked to Quentin Nelson. I don't know why they did that.
So, and they need interior linemen too. Who's the top interior offensive lineman at this point?
Some people will argue Isaiah Wynn. Some people will argue Will Hernandez.
Wynn. That would be interesting.
Some people will argue.
You know, man, give him Wynn, man. Wynn is a technical freak. He will learn the strength and things in the NFL. He'll start learning that. If you can give them Isaiah Wynn, I think that would be a really good pick for them. Okay. Really good.
So you think Isaiah Wynn is a better player than Marcus Davenport? Because I saw some people say Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
It's an interesting discussion, man.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. Free agency's right around the corner. It's going to be interesting to see how people move. But continue.
Blake Johnson, this mock is ass. Who cares? I've seen worse picks, but I've seen a lot better than Wynn. Who cares? Packers don't draft interior offensive line in the first 2 rounds. Who cares? It's what y'all gonna have to learn about me. I don't care about what the hell y'all talking about, dog. All mock drafts are stupid. I just do it for the sake of y'all asking for them. This don't bother me. Arizona Cardinals, I think they need a quarterback. Josh Allen is there, but I don't think that highly of Josh Allen. So I'm about to go scroll and find.
They talked to Rudolph, which is kind of interesting. I guess that's just a talking point if people want to talk about that, is that Arizona talked to Mason Rudolph. So whatever you think about Mason Rudolph.
So I just put Lamar Jackson on the Arizona Cardinals because I get down like that. So, yeah, Lamar Jackson to the Cardinals. Who you got for the Ravens? You want me to go ahead and plug you in for Calvin Ridley?
Well, Cool Ass Drake said Chark. He loves Chark. He's better than everybody else in the entire draft. He's the best wide receiver.
Is Cool Ass Drake saying that because he don't think Calvin Ridley will make it to 16?
No, he said legitimately that Chark is a better wide receiver than Ridley. He wants an explosive down the field wide receiver. You know what? I'm gonna stick up for my man, Cool Ass Drake. If you can find Chark like the first 2 or 3 scrolls, then plug him.
Dan, do the right thing and take Calvin Ridley and quit playing. We're not gonna turn.
Put Calvin Ridley
we're not gonna turn my
put
mock
Calvin
draft. We're not gonna turn my goddamn mock draft into no Tom
just to do Calvin Ridley. If he's there at that point, why are you not taking him? It's just,
what about San Diego?
he felt it,
I mean, shit. L.A. Chargers. Are they L.A. Chargers?
A sin, cardinal sin. You said it.
Oh fuck! I don't care. San Diego, damn it. What about San Diego Chargers? Dan, who you want to take?
Ooh, they talked to Malik Jefferson. What do you think about him at the Combine and what he's done on his tape?
I'm
just throwing out talking points, man. I just want you to who they talked to, and then
I gotta watch film on Vanderbilt, because people giving up some pretty big hype about him. I know Jefferson's tape wasn't always to my liking, but I know that he can move pretty good. I mean,
and I have plenty of Charger fans on my channel telling me that they need an interior defensive tackle, like a nose tackle.
A nose tackle? I mean, would they be fine with another 3-4 defensive end like Maurice Hurst?
But we don't know what the diagnosis is going to be on Hurst with his heart problem. They're saying he has an enlarged heart. And that didn't fly with the people at the Combine. Apparently it flew with the people at Michigan. So maybe throw Daron Payne in here. Maybe this is where Payne.
And you know what? I don't think Daron Payne is a natural zero tech though. I think he's
3.
He's as 1 to 3 as it gets. You know what I'm saying? But but I'll give him Daron Payne. Haran says this is way too early for Hurst. I agree, but apparently some people really love Hurst. So no. Who you got for the Seattle Seahawks?
You know,
Mike McGlinchey sitting at the top of my board. Look at Mike McGlinchey sitting at the top.
I hate to do this to you.
We're going to give Mike McGlinchey to the Seahawks so the Cowboys can take my son, Will Hernandez.
Nope.
Let me tell y'all something about Will Hernandez.
Hernandez is going to Seattle.
Let me tell y'all something about Will Hernandez.
Seattle great again.
Because Mike McGlinchey.
Seattle great again.
Because Mike McGlinchey is a Seahawk. Dan, I will mute you. Because Mike McGlinchey is a Seahawk.
You see how I just got overridden, y'all? Do you see that I just got overridden?
Because
it's his show.
Because Mike McGlinchey is a Seahawk. Did y'all see Will Hernandez out-benching everybody? Outrunning everybody. He looked Quentin Nelson. He looked Quentin Nelson in the face, said, "Hey, Quentin, you still gonna run today? You still wanna run, fam?" Quentin said, "I ain't wanna run today." Because he knew he wasn't gonna be faster than Will. Will Hernandez shook Quentin Nelson. My son had great feet. He showed great hips. He did amazing in his drills. Will Hernandez making his money out there. He gonna be a Dallas Cowboy. You ain't drafting a left guard if you the Cowboys. You drafting your identity back. All right, Dan, to make you feel better, I'll let you make the next 2 picks.
I've been told that it's either Harold Landry or they riot.
Harold Landry to the Lions?
But you know what? What's really cool is that they met with Marcus Davenport. And that's interesting. I think that would be really, really, really dangerous in Detroit.
What if you keep Ziggy Ansah anyway and then sign Marcus Davenport and then draft Davenport? That would be crazy.
They'd be set, man. Davenport, put Davenport there, man. I think that would be amazing. I think that would be awesome.
since I kind of played you,
Mark Davenport there.
Since I kind of played you a little bit, I kind of owe you the number 21 pick too. So you get to pick you get to pick both of the Bills picks. Since I just kind of pull rank on you. So Bills need a quarterback, and Josh Allen is here if you want to take him. So. And they kind of need a D lineman, so Maurice Hurst is there, Josh Jackson, Darius Geis, Ronnie Harrison, Cortland Sutton, all the other corners are here. Rashawn Evans is a linebacker. That's another thing. Rashawn Evans, I don't think Malik Jefferson is better than Rashawn Evans, but he could be. I don't know. We'll see.
They met with Lamar, and they met with Baker and Josh.
Josh right here. Give him Josh.
Give him Josh.
Give him Josh.
Give him Josh.
This mock draft for fun. We don't care. We don't care about none of this. What about the other Buffalo pick?
So now that you got your franchise quarterback.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I'm pretending. Now that you got your air quotes franchise QB, the guy now that's going to take over the scene. What do you tag team with me? What do you do here? Where do you go? Where do you go?
I go take a nap because I don't care about this shit. Leiden Vanderslish. I haven't watched film on him, but I'm hearing good things about him. So I don't know. I'm guessing take linebacker here. Rashawn Evans is there if you want to take Rashawn. Do you go offensive line?
I'm looking at a lot of their guys, and a lot of the guys they talk to are like day 2, day 3.
What about James Daniels? Chat box, help us out.
Yeah, do it. Say it.
Somebody say draft Cortland Sutton, but Kelvin Benjamin already there, so hang on.
You know, it'd be pretty scary, and I don't think people give this man enough love. Rashad Penny to Buffalo would be pretty cool.
In the first round?
I think that would be, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not first round. Maybe he's not first round material to everybody in here. I think it would be really neat.
Let's do
Penny up in there in Buffalo, but
let's do James Daniels because I'm kind of offensive line guy, and I think offensive line guy is I think James Daniels is definitely a first round pick. Thomas Cavanaugh says. What's the name of this app? It's right there. Fan Drafted for the Google Play Store. Go to the Google Play Store and pick that up. Mm-hmm. What about the Rams? What you think they're gonna do? They just having some receiver controversy there. They're Vach.
They said they're bringing back Watkins.
They bringing back Sammy. You know what? And to be fair, even if they let go of Sammy, like that's Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp's team, man. So they gonna have to figure that out. But
yeah,
cornerback.
I don't know where you put that money.
They need a cornerback. I'm tripping. They need a cornerback. Let's see. Josh Jackson's there. Carlton Davis is there. Mike Hughes. I like Mike Hughes. Dan, you like Mike Hughes?
I think he's all right. I don't hate him.
Who the Rams got playing tight end? The South Alabama kid?
I think so.
Do you want to give him Dallas Goedert?
I would rather take the Hurst kid out of South Carolina, give him to Buffalo. But he's gonna be way down there in your app.
I mean, I can find him.
I think he's more of an athletic guy.
I can find him. Hold on, let me send his inbox.
They got you guys still have the chat. Tell me if Buffalo still has that kid out of Florida State. Cannot remember his name. They still got that kid out of Florida State. the tight end. Can't remember his name, Botch.
It don't matter. We're going to speed this thing up. Hold up.
Yeah.
Sitting up here all night fooling with y'all. So for the Rams.
O'Leary. Yeah, there you go.
For the Rams, let's give them Josh Jackson. Pretty good cover corner. They need that. Carolina Panthers, offensive line help save Cam. Make it a little easier for Christian McCaffrey to run. Okay, let's see who's on the board for. Damn, all the guards and tackles and shit gone. So Orlando Brown. I'm not even gonna subject any team to Orlando Brown like that. I don't even want to do that. And
They met with Mike Gesicki.
Let's give them Cortland.
They met with Sony Michel, the running back.
You know what? Tight end. Let's give them. I just saw the damn tight end, Dallas Goedert. Cool. We're gonna give them Dallas Goedert. We're gonna do that. Get ready to make your Falcons pick. Hold on. The Tennessee Titans.
Yes, sir.
Who the Tennessee Titans got playing 3-tech? Maurice Hurst to the Tennessee Titans. You want Taven Bryan, Dan?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd rather have BJ Hill.
In the first?
Yeah.
God damn, what a take. What a take. Dan ain't playing with y'all,
I'd
boy.
have BJ.
You go BJ Hill right there. The New Orleans Saints. Let's go Rashawn Evans for the New Orleans Saints. So they can get Ray Malug out of there. Not Manti Te'o. Get Manti Te'o up out of there. What up, my Cowboys family? Salute to them. Go check them out. Go check them out on their YouTube channel. They break Cowboys news every day. I don't know how y'all come up with content. I couldn't do it every day. What about Pittsburgh, Dan? Dan, let me stop and take some time on Pittsburgh because I was about to rush through this. But let's take time on Pittsburgh because if you don't get Le'Veon back, I'd imagine you got to draft a running back, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to run with Connor just in the backfield. That doesn't make any sense.
Hell no, you don't run with. I keep closing out the wrong thing. Hell no, you don't run with Connor. So I mean, like, that's interesting. Chat box, tell me what y'all want to do with this Pittsburgh pick. Y'all want to go pass rush? You want to go cornerback, or just in case Le'Veon leave y'all hanging? We got Darius Geis or like Ronald Jones here.
Hey,
what's
up?
Up?
What's up? First name, last name. That other dude is god awful. I don't care.
You say first. You say first name, last name is awful. What does that mean?
No, he goes. That other dude is god awful. If he's talking about me, I don't care.
You don't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't care, Dan. You know what? Just for that. Just for that. Let's see. Pittsburgh Steelers. We're gonna give him Harold Landry. We're gonna move on. Just for that. What about the damn Jacksonville Jaguars? What we gonna do?
Can you stack any more talent on that defense?
Hell yes, you can.
I mean, I know we can get better, but
I would say go offensive line, but Brian O'Neill is trash, and he showed me in the Senior Bowl how trash he was. So we're not gonna go there. I don't want to go receiver, man, because I mean Dede Westbrook look like he about to be real promising. That's gonna be one of my fantasy football picks. Let's go tight end. Mark Andrews. Who cares? It's the end of the draft. Since y'all want to be acting like that,
you know, it'd be funny if you put Geis behind Fournette, then you got the two LSU running backs.
Let me go back.
I would laugh at that.
Let me go back. Jacksonville just drafted Darius Geis. Why not? Because Darius Geis was a beast when he was sitting behind Leonard Fournette. Darius Geis was the best running back in the damn SEC when he was sitting behind Leonard Fournette. You can't pass up on that value.
Hey, you got to have your 1-2 punch. You can't have Fournette running 30, 40 times a game. You want him fresh. You want that violence all the time. You get guys in there.
Over with. Over with.
Hey, and that eats into less throws for Blake Bortles, and that's good for everybody, right?
That's amazing for everybody. Who else we got? Minnesota Vikings. I know who can make the Vikings better. We're gonna draft them a quarterback. JT Barrett. God damn.
Oh,
JT Barrett.
Pick. Everybody in the chat, clap. Everybody. Vach just fixed them.
JT Barrett. D-Law signed a tender with the quickness. Of course he did. Matter of fact, I take that back. No, I don't. I believe it right there. No, I believe that right there. The New England Patriots, I don't like Courtland Sutton, but since the damn Patriots going to take him, Courtland Sutton is going to win Rookie of the Year. You're going to go to the Pro Bowl. You're going to win it. And the Eagles, let's give them Hercules mother effer. That's our mock draft, y'all. And we did it with the fan drafted mock. You see see the logo. You see the emblem. Go to the Google Play Store. That's what we do. Saquon, Josh. Okay, y'all see.
It is a great app, y'all. It is a lot of fun, and I've seen them actually update a little bit, and we already had 2 updates on this app, and they changed a lot of the rankings for the players and where they've been. And I bet probably by next year, if you buy this app, you're pretty much buying into them adding extra features to this app. It's one of the most reliable apps that I know of. It's better than some of the other stuff.
So peep this out, y'all. I'm going to give away a free copy of the app. So if you got an Android for the Google Play Store, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go on my Twitter. Make sure you're a Twitter follower too. And don't unfollow me because I know how to break that damn link down. I want you to go to my Twitter at Vach Lombardi. And I want y'all to tell me who was my very first film session video on. Okay? The very first quarterback. Damn. I gotta pick a new. I gave the answer. My bad. It was Jared Goff. Whatever. I need a. What's a good. Okay, Peter's out. Go to my Twitter. Right. Tell me who my favorite player was in the 2016 draft. Okay. Who was my favorite player in the 2016 draft? So this is the 18 draft. The one before this is the 17 draft. So yeah, 2016 draft. Who was my favorite player? Go to my Twitter and tell me now, and I'll give you a free copy of the fan drafted app. We used it to do the mock draft tonight. Even if you wanna make it team personal. If you want to load this thing up, you want to go to live draft. That's the last one I did. You want to go 1 round. You want to save the New York Giants. I use them as an example. You go 1 round. They're going to pick somebody for you. You're going to go to the New York Giants. I'm Hayden, so I'm gonna put Mike McGlinchey because I think that's a terrible pick for the Giants because I'm a Cowboys fan, and the rest of the draft is going to draft itself. All right. So y'all let me know who my favorite player was in the 2016 draft on my Twitter right now. Lieutenant Dan, plug your stuff so we can get up out of here.
You guys can follow me on YouTube and subscribe to my channel there, Unintentional Grounding. Do a lot of Falcons stuff and do some video gaming. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, UNGR_show. We do some life stuff, and we talk about the Falcons, and we talk about draft things, and we just try to keep it hype and real. There's nothing but the truth, nothing but the facts.
And I'm Vach Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. Put some ass whoop on that like button. Put some ass whoop on that subscribe button. If you dislike your pick in this funky little mock draft, you could dislike the video as well. It does the same thing, all right? Don't forget about the Patreon. It's more important than food and water. And hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I do random ass streams in the middle of the week just like this, all right? Hold it down for the Doski, Woski, and Peace, Whiskey. I'm Vach. That's Dan. He rap. I sing. Salute.